It's another episode of the Brett Allan Show. Thanks for watching and listening. Today we are chatting Better Call Saul Season 6, the final season. It's hard to believe that this is here. We're chatting with one of the stars, Jeremiah Bitsui, as well as Breaking Bad. Jeremiah, you're alive and you're okay. Thanks for hanging out today.
Yeah. Thank God, alive and well. Thank you for
Yes,
having me.
100%. Well, this is exciting. It's hard to believe that the final season is here, despite of all the challenges that you guys faced getting this off the ground. Um, this past Tuesday's episode, no future spoilers, was intense.
Yeah,
Uh,
nothing really happened, right?
yeah, nothing really, nothing at all happened, except a major character dying. But how does it feel to finally have this done?
It's bittersweet. The best way to describe it. When I first signed on to the show 13 years ago. Well, Breaking Bad 13 years ago. I'd never think that I'd be here 13 years later. Talking about this beautiful journey. So it's been amazing. Everyone, all the way from back on the, and people always say nice things, but truly, this is like one show that I really feel strongly about. Um, Not every show's the same. Not everyone has the same chemistry. Um, all the way down to treating families well. Like my wife is like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss that show." Just the people on it, everything. I remember the night we had our first daughter. I was on set, and they actually changed the shooting schedule and order so I could be able to be on standby because my wife was in labor. So um, pretty cool. It's like it's more than just a show. It's family, and you feel the chemistry. Yeah, and it comes from a good place. I think there's a really great corporate working culture.
Yeah, 100%. I feel the same way. So obviously your character, Victor, is a fan favorite. And of course we sort of, well, we know like what his fate would be per se, in the Breaking Bad universe, but we still have several episodes left in the Better Call Saul world. So when you had an opportunity to sort of recreate this character or put this character's skin on again, was your approach different as far as like kind of deciding how you were going to play this? Because obviously this is a different version of the character that we know.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, the character's younger, but I'm older, and so I guess having
Yeah.
the perspective of being, I guess having that perspective, kind of being in a different phase, you can kind of see where you are. Like I can kind of see where Victor was at that point in time. More fun and games, a little bit, even though you don't see it. This is all the stuff that goes on in the head, but still, really a motivation to be to progress. And I think the difference between Victor Better Call Saul and Victor Breaking Bad is Victor really still feels like he could, he's gonna have a prominent position.
Okay.
Mike's level or above if he has to, and I think that comes out in Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Don't let Mike hear that.
Oh,
I know. No, that's interesting. I like that perspective because we kind of, you have a younger, hungrier version of that character,
correct.
because when we see him in Breaking Bad, he's obviously maybe a little bit more, not necessarily jaded would be the term, but really just kind of like in a different spot. Um, so kind of looking out, this character from the outside in, you kind of alluded to it here a little bit. How do you view Victor, you know, just from a myopic perspective? Like, just what would people maybe not know about him, whether it's something that we see on screen or perhaps maybe a choice you've made as an actor to play this character?
Well, Victor's going to community college. Victor's studying robotics and electrical engineering. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that would
I,
be great. I mean, it would be a perfect cover. That would be
you know,
awesome.
I think it's that kind of that foundational element as well, just the same as uh, you see with Nacho's journey.
Yeah,
Victor becomes kind of akin um, to Mike, and that's what you end up seeing. So it's the foundation work to that, you know. And as you see, you'll see in this last episode, there's there's other parties kind of at the same level as Victor that maybe aren't as loyal to Mike. But I think that's one thing. Victor's loyalty, at least for what he sees that he could emulate, is definitely Mike. So I,
for
I
sure.
I see that. I see. I don't know. I guess just the dumb youthfulness as well. I kind of hope I capture that, and I mean that in the best way. But when you're in your 20s, there's perspective that you maybe don't have, and it's actually a luxury, um, versus when you get a little older and you get a little bit wiser, and things kind of take a different form. That then you kind of are in you have a different perspective. So perspective is definitely different.
I like that. You posted a picture on Instagram a few days ago. Well, there's the most recent the one you were on a bus, but even before that, just seeing all of you together, all of those characters, the Salamanca brothers, yourself, just everybody, in one specific place was pretty cool. And maybe he does go to TVI, being an Albuquerque native. That could be a possibility. Very cool.
Yeah.
I know you've been a part of a lot of amazing projects, but I'm curious, what was it? And you've had a very long career. What was it interested you in becoming an actor or a storyteller?
uh, Allergies. Oddly, I grew up in a rodeo family. Dad was a bareback rider. My mom was a barrel racer. My all my family had some involvement either in bull riding or horse handling or something. And I was the runt of the litter. I was meant to be. My mom was like Miss Teenage America and beauty pageant, and was actually had a Clint Eastwood role offered to her at a young age, and
Oh, wow.
didn't choose that route and chose rodeo. And so that was kind of my predestined fate, which I failed everyone. And couldn't be outside, couldn't be around horses, allergic to hay. So in turn, I watched a lot of television, watched a lot of movies, videos, kind of at the local video store, and ended up really getting into that, at a young age, and that became my way that I would socialize and play with other kids, and that got me more social and out of my box and gave me something to do inside, and kind
I
of
love
opened
it.
up my world. Yeah.
Yeah, and what an amazing career you've had. I mean, you've done a lot of different things. You've been a part of acting, you've done voiceover work. All right, so this is it. We're in season 6. This is the big hoorah. Obviously, not knowing what happens in the future, so to speak, and no spoilers, but what can you let us in on about Victor? What can we kind of maybe expect to see without spoiling anything? Because last night was a big episode.
Yeah.
No spoilers or anything like that,
Yeah.
obviously.
I don't know how to say it without spoiling it, but yeah, it's definitely you get to see the crew in action, and
Nice.
the levels within the organization from uh, Olivia, from all layers of the organization, which is there's depth, but then it's also very shallow. There's not a lot of people at the top, within the freeing organization. So you kind of get a peek into that, but also like just how deadly being a part of this little family can be.
I love it. That's more than enough. And I mean, just what a blessing it's been for you, man. And I use that term very seriously to just have been a part of both of these crazy worlds, to have this character live on for so long in the Breaking Bad world. And now we get to see you again. When you first popped up at the beginning of this series, how chills went down the spine to watch you roll up in your SUV and to see you again and to go, oh my God, things are about to get real, to watch the lab get built.
Yeah.
Everything that we've seen just in the, and I understand in watching other interviews from other cast, this season, the two worlds are going to collide more than ever. So that's crazy to think.
Yeah.
I think we all know what we're waiting for, but just even to see you again is awesome. Thank you for your time today, Jeremiah, hanging out at the park in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico. It makes me miss it. And so much for your time, my friend. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah, thank you as well. We got some new things coming, AMC related, and some other projects that are going to be announced shortly. So, yeah, stand by and follow me. Instagram, you mentioned a few photos that I've recently posted, but yeah, we'll be making some pretty interesting announcements on new things to come. So it's been
Nice.
fun. It's been great. You know, we love all our fans. It's sad to say goodbye. But as we said in Breaking Bad, you know, all bad things must come to an end. So we're at our end.
I love it.